Hi guys, so today we are going to be discussing the urban heat island effect. And in today it is a major problem today here in Phoenix, and we are going to discuss a numerous amount of things like what it is and how it affects Phoenix, like just as a city itself, the people, the environment, the economy. And we're also going to kind of discuss, is it more of a long-term problem or is it more of a short-term problem? And so your first question it probably is, what is the urban heat island effect? Well, the urban heat island effect is a phenomenon where the urban areas of a city are rapidly warming or more warmer than the surrounding rural areas in response to the human activity going around. And another question that you might have is it an easy fix? Well, not really. It is an easy fix in a sense that it's easy to mitigate. There's different ways that we can help fix the problem in the way that is more beneficial to the people of Phoenix and the environment. And it does involve multiple people. It's not just the people of Phoenix. It involves local businesses, the government, and obviously the people and the animals. Let's be real. Like, it affects everyone here.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, and I'll be talking about drivers and stakeholders. So, drivers are what influences the problem. The direct drivers are, as the name implies, directly impacting the problem, and indirect drivers alter the direct driver to influence the problem that way. In the case of the UHI effect, the direct drivers would be surface drivers, like construction materials that absorb and retain heat, building height and density that limit airflow and reduces natural ventilation, and lack of green spaces that provide shade. Some of the indirect drivers that would affect these direct drivers could be urban zoning, development policies to control building materials and building heights, and other socioeconomic factors that can impact low-income neighborhoods and vulnerable communities that would be at risk of being eliminated. These indirect drivers would be caused by the stakeholders. Stakeholders are people who are involved directly in the problem and therefore influence its outcome. Core stakeholders would be the key, which are government bodies to implement policies to protect the citizens. Primary, which are residents that live in the area affected by the problem, in this case, Phoenix, Arizona. And secondary stakeholders, which are businesses that are affected by the government's policy. And active stakeholders, who are environmental agencies that work with government and residents that work towards fixing the effects of urban development.
So, from all this, we learned that there are effects and impacts. The three major ones is energy consumption, air pollution, and water consumption. And their impacts are an economic, health, and environmental, which all lead into each other. So with energy consumption, there is higher energy bills for residents from air conditioning because of the sheer heat that happens in Phoenix, which can also be from urban sprawl and all that stuff. It also it has an increase of greenhouse gas emissions due to the air conditioning, and the extreme heat can cause power outages. So, with this, there are significant health impacts from air pollution and other impacts, which can increase the healthcare costs, and this can have severe consequences for human and animal life throughout. So, there's an increased respiratory problems, eye irritation, asthma, and even death. In with elderly people, their have an increased risk for all this and have an increased risk for a lot of severe health issues. So, the environmental impacts, such as water consumption, increase energy consumption again, which increase the greenhouse gas emissions, which increase the economic and environmental and all those other aspects. The high water demands for irrigation, for crops, causes strain for water resources that are already strained because it is a desert, an arid desert, which creates problems for the economy and the environment. And people have an increased usage to attempt to stay cool.
And as we discussed this entire presentation, is that there have been many effects on the people of Phoenix and the environment, as well as the economy. And there have been many ways that we have tried, or that they have tried to mitigate the effects to help create a more livable environment for the people of Phoenix. And things that the stakeholders all involved have done have included increasing the green spaces in the city by planting trees and vegetation in more urban areas that helps absorb some of the extra greenhouse gases and also helps create a more cooling effect. Encouraging the use for public transportation so that we're not using our own vehicle for our own transportation means, so that way we are lowering not only the greenhouse emissions, but we're also lowering our carbon effect, therefore mitigating not only the heat island effect, but climate change as well. And with the benefits of these, it's going to have better air quality for the people of Phoenix, and it's also going to have long-term cost savings, so that way with all of these things that we have done, or that they have done, they will be able to have a more sustainable future.